Hey, my name is John Tyler, here to bring you another video of why I left Massachusetts and how I am living like a king in North Carolina. You could too. Let me show you the highlights of North Carolina versus what I left in Massachusetts, which I have to call the lowlights. Living like a king. I'm talking money-wise, living like a king, especially if you are retired, near retirement, or you just want to live cheaper. Come on down. So the very first thing you might consider, which of course that's what I did to make the move, is what about housing? Is it cheaper down there? Is it, what's going on down in North Carolina? Well, let's take a look. To your left, you will see a house in Norton, Massachusetts, a typical subdivision. And that price is, first of all, that house, which is 1,812 square feet, 2-car garage, vinyl siding, typical, little porch on the front. And that is under agreement right now for a mere $689,900. I'm glad I left anyway. It's got 3/4 of an acre lot. The taxes on that per year are a mere $6,566. So if you left that house in Massachusetts and you took your $700,000 and came down to North Carolina, this one happens to be in Monroe, it's a 2006 bigger house, 2-car garage, front porch and all that stuff. Got about a 1/2 acre lot. Look at the taxes. It's like a third of Upper Massachusetts. $2,529 a year for that. Oh, that, by the way, you notice it's all brick. Not vinyl that flaps in the breeze. Brick doesn't flap in the breeze. We get sometimes, I've seen 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds down here. You know, you guys get hurricanes. We get high winds too. On occasion, but when that happens, it doesn't blow bricks around. And I'm told that it's aesthetically pleasing and more valuable than some kind of a plastic siding. So property taxes are way lower, which is why I'm here. Much bigger, better houses for half the money. $385 versus $689. The person on the left, if they sold that house and moved to that house in North Carolina, they'd have $300,000 cash in their hands. You get it? Living like a king in North Carolina. Be right back. The other factor of North Carolina weather versus Massachusetts weather is last year, 2022, between 40 and 50 inches of this stuff that I hate fell in Massachusetts. And in, well, I'll show you the stats in North Carolina in just a minute. But I left Massachusetts in 2014, and the snowfall, accumulated snowfall, was 114 inches of snow. The temperatures were like 17 below zero. Do I want this? Not with gray hair. Not with... If I was 30, I should have done this long, long ago. But who knew? You know, I'm worried about my job and, you know, where can I get a job? I'm unsure, so I don't know. I don't think I could do it. So live like a king, like Johnny, or don't. Your choice. Life is full of choices. But I can't leave my mommy and my daddy. Why not? You visit them now once a year or twice a year, and they live 2 doors down, right? Come on. Who are you kidding? But let's go to North Carolina's weather conditions. Now, this is a picture of, I don't live in this town. This is Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. But you notice the clouds, wisp of clouds in the blue sky. Well, in 2022, we had zero inches of snow. other than in the mountains. If you like snow, you can go into the mountains in the western portion of North Carolina and get the snow. You got a couple of casinos up there. Here's a ballpark, Truist Field. They have a football stadium here, the Carolina Panthers. They stink, but you know, the Patriots aren't that good lately. Tom Brady went down to Tampa Bay for a bit, did okay for a while. Then as his age caught up to him, not so good. So he's retired. But anyway, back to North Carolina here. No snow whatsoever. It's beautiful. You want to head to the ocean? You got to take about a 3-hour drive. Massachusetts I liked because I could just drive down to Hyannis and boom, I'm there. And that was like 70 minutes or 60 or so miles from the house. So you miss that unless you want to go for a weekend, take a trip. 3-hour drive is not much, come on. And then you're there, you're at Myrtle Beach, which is beautiful. And by the way, when I stuck my toes in the Atlantic Ocean up in Massachusetts, you know, you pop an icicle out on the thing. Down here, it's like either the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic Myrtle Beach, but the water is warm. In fact, in the Gulf of Mexico, which is down by Florida, Alabama, right there in the Gulf of Mexico, the water temperatures could go 80 degrees. The fishing is fabulous. But I digress. I actually brag, but let's say I'm digressing. Let's go see what else. Let's look at employment. What are the possibilities of your getting a job, whether you're a male or female or a family together, and you want to find a job here? Not a problem. Okay, so it's the job you're looking for, right? I mean, you got to support that cheap house and the cheap taxes, so you're already saving a fortune every year by not having to pay Massachusetts or New York or anywhere up north these ridiculous sums for tax. That's all I know. What do you want to talk about, Congressman? Taxes. Okay. Down here it's totally different. Look at the job opportunities. Big signs. I walked into Lowe's, as I generally do, down here, and almost every Lowe's, by the way. We're hiring. Please, come in. Please, we're begging you. So if you're looking for a job, not just at Lowe's, look at this. Let's see, Apple expands into North Carolina. They're building a huge plant here. Raleigh, North Carolina. Amazon is stepping into new territory in North Carolina. That's Amazon. These are biggies. It's not like some out-of-the-way little shop. However, in every out-of-the-way little shop you see down here, and probably true in any state, so you can basically get a job if you want one in any state. But down here, look at the average salaries up above. Average salary for North Carolina, surprise, it's not $22,000, it's $69,000 a year. This is right information right off the internet. In Massachusetts, the average salary is $8,000 less. Wonder why? I don't know. Maybe because they're taxing them to death. Another reason I left, of course. And as I say here, there are way too many jobs for me to even begin to list. So if you're looking for employment, you can scout it out before you make the move. I mean, I would. I looked into places to live in. I looked up hospitals. I looked up shopping. Oh my goodness, shopping. Ha! Well, I'll get to that in another segment. Be right back. Let's just pick on restaurants. Where I live, there's a thing called Route 74. Down on Route 74, you can get delicious meals like this all day long. But what I missed in Massachusetts was Red Lobster, for example. Down here, they got Red Lobster. You like Chinese food? I could think of at least 3 within short driving distance. And by the way, everything is within a short driving distance from any town that I've been through in North Carolina. But they have supermarkets, Food Lion. The prices are ridiculously cheap. They have a thing called Harris Teeter. That's another big food chain, close by everything. Then they have Aldi's. That's where a loaf of bread at Aldi's, let's see, in Food Lion, a loaf of bread is reasonable, so they say, at the price of a mere $2.50 up. At Aldi's, you go in there and you buy a loaf of bread that big, it's 85 cents. What? That's right, 85 cents. How come? I wish I could tell you. I mean, that's why you live like a king in North Carolina. Other restaurants, you like these buffets? They have a thing called Golden Corral. Didn't see any of those in Massachusetts. But Golden Corral, I'm telling you the truth. You walk in the door and there's buffet after buffet. There's meat, steaks, everything over here on this side. You go straight ahead, there's every salad in the planet there. Over there to the right of that is dessert time. Everything from cheesecake to whatever. I think it's like 10 bucks, 11 bucks maybe. The Chinese buffet place where I go is, by the way, it's not huge, but it's big enough. And again, for 10 bucks, you get, I like a number 15, please. That would be shrimp, broccoli, rice, and all that stuff. But it's huge. You can't eat it in one sitting, believe me. I got another thing there called lobster, shrimp, and stuff on a plate. It was 15 bucks. Most expensive. It's called the Happy Family. I'm getting the urge to go get some Chinese food now, or lobster. Anyway, lobster and shrimp and everything else, delicious, 15 bucks. So no matter what you want, food shopping, clothes shopping, shopping for tools, lumber, or whatever, it's all here, and it's all close by. And before I leave you with a happy thought, about 30 minutes south of where I live in North Carolina is South Carolina. Here's a house, if I was in Norton, Massachusetts, and I had $156,000 for an all-brick ranch, that's 1,736 square feet. That's big. All brick. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, over an acre of land. I'd never find it in Norton. What I could find in Norton would be a mobile home in a mobile home park. You know it, and I know it, if you live up north. And you'd pay through the schnoz for taxes. The taxes on this house, I could look it up, but I'm going to expect it to be around $500 a year, not a month, a year. So if you're looking for employment, if you're looking for places to eat, to shop, to be, oh yeah, I can't leave just yet. I got to show you one more thing. The subdivisions down here are like immaculate. It's unbelievable. Be right back. If you decide you want to move into a subdivision down this way in North Carolina, which is anywhere near between Charlotte and South Carolina, you'll find the subdivisions have dramatic entranceways, flowers. The roads are like, there's no bumps and potholes and trash thrown on the right or left-hand side of the street. You won't find it down here. But when I drive through a subdivision, for example, where my son lives, I won't name it because you'll all be moving there. Then he'll hit me in the head with a hammer. So, but when I drive through there, I see these ponds. In fact, I go there to have lunch sometimes. I'll go to McDonald's because I'm cheap. Anyway, so I'll bring my 2 hamburgers, whatever, and a Coke and sit. They have benches here at this subdivision. But there's a big, beautiful pond. There's ducks and geese flying around there. There's fountains, as you can see way up in the background there. They're beautiful. And when I was in Norton, and in fact, one of the subdivisions that comes to mind, they got nothing like this. You drive in, the roads are crap. The houses are expensive. I guess they try to maintain them, but It's like a different world for cheap. Once again, I'll leave you with the photo of I'm living like a king in North Carolina. See you next time.